Thank you, Aksa. Moving on to DuoElla 1. Femmes, STEMs, educate them. I would like the speakers, Fariha, Ghaffar, and Urooj, to please come up. I don't see Fariha. Yeah, thank you. Assalamu alaikum, both of you. Thank you so much for being part of our session today. So I'd like to just do a brief introduction and want both of you to go deeper into what you do. Fariha is an engineer by profession. She is a STEAM educator at Cedar College and School, and she's also affiliated with Destination Imagination Pakistan since 2020. Urooj is a certified Six Sigma Black Belt. She is a consultant for schools for improving the quality of education. And being a homeschooling mom herself, she is also giving homeschooling consultations as far as STEM education is concerned. She's also the CEO and co-founder of eServices and Technology and the co-founder and CPO at Trade Foresight. So if I would like both of you to first talk about your work and as far as STEM education is concerned, then we can go on with the questions. Fariha, over to you.
Thank you so much for having me. Assalamu alaikum, everybody. My name is Fariha, as I was introduced earlier. I am currently associated with Cedar School and College, and I teach technology, IT, over there. I've been teaching STEAM since 2014, and that is when I discovered my passion for it. I was working with Hack Academy, and they have a very strong STEAM program. That is, working there during that time, I came across Destination Imagination. That is how I know Urooj for many years now. And I started my Destination Imagination journey in 2018 as a team manager initially, and then moved on to a higher role at the affiliate as a challenge master. This year, I was invited to the global finals, which was an amazing experience, and I appraised the event there. It added to the portfolio that I carry with me. In my experience, children who have been exposed to STEAM education have a greater and a well-developed skill set. They are better at critical problem solving and team building. So these are basic core skills that STEAM develops into students. So I feel that schools that have curriculum that is STEAM-based have stronger students graduating out of school. As an educator, the major problem that I've been facing is telling my fellow educators what STEAM basically is, because they pick out one subject and they think STEAM is science or it's technology or it's just art. It isn't. It's actually a blend of everything, and that is why it's so amazing. I'm sure when Urooj talks about Destination Imagination, it's going to be more exciting because she has more to say about that. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Fariha. Urooj, can't wait to hear about it.
Assalamu alaikum, everyone. First of all, thank you so much for inviting me. And up till now, this has been a great session. I was listening to each and everyone, and everyone was like brilliant. I'm impressed by each and every woman who was a part of the session. I started my journey with my organization, eServices and Technologies, in 2017. Before that, I've been working in STEM, and I am an engineer by profession. So I've been working in quality assurance, computer engineering for quite some time. But for my personal organization, eServices and Technologies, I started in 2017. With the aim to bring quality international programs, specifically in the field of STEM education, to Pakistan, and to give opportunities to Pakistani students, and to connect them with international experts and people in the field of space, sciences, and STEM education. Then I first started my program when I came back to Pakistan in 2017. Everybody was talking about STEM education, and I was really impressed that, wow, we are going to go and learn that, like, people know about STEM education in Pakistan, so it would be a breeze. But when I introduced the program, and up till now, it has been quite difficult, because whenever you start talking about STEM education, people would just connect that with technology, specifically with robotics. They think that if they are working in robotics, that's them. Yeah, we have completed all of our tasks. But it's quite, as Fariha said, that it's a more deeper concept, and it's a blend of everything, and that's what we want to do. As you mentioned that in my introduction, that I'm a homeschooling mother. I homeschool my kids. My son is around 13 years old. My daughter is 9. Both of them are homeschooled. They have never been to school. Rather, they are unschooled. So I don't drive their education. And I personally believe that each and every kid can learn on their own because they have this capacity of learning, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has made it this way. We are curious being, we want to learn. So having that mindset in mind, I was always trying to find new paths for my own kids. And you see my background, there are multiple organizations that we are seeing. There is a STEM, space science, then there is artificial intelligence, then there is Janet's Planet, then Destination Imagination. So all of these programs are the program that I've introduced to my own kids, and I saw the benefit, and then I thought that why not to the students of Pakistan? And then we started all of these things. So we launched our first Destination Imagination competition in 2018, and we had around 20 teams, and that's where I met Fariha as well. 3 of the teams were selected to go to the global finals. They actually represented Pakistan at the global scale for the first time. It was a huge competition, and I was really proud of all of the teams who participated over there. We keep on growing. We are not a nonprofit organization, but we work on nonprofit ethics. So usually in all of our competitions, we have 50% of the participants who can pay for the program, because of course, international programs are expensive and we want people to be a part of it. And 50% of our students are those who come from underserved area. We have Citizen Foundation, Rehnuma Trust, and many other organizations who have been a part of our program. So last year we introduced Imagine X, that is a part of Destination Imagination, STEM-based program in which you have to create something and then you have to build a story about it. I was listening to one of your speaker, and they said that most of the entrepreneurs over here, they find that they cannot build a story around their brand. Right. So this is, even you are a very great graduate from a very good university, you don't know how to tell your story. So in Destination Imagination or in the STEM program, what the student have to do, they have to build some kind of technical thing. They have to do their research, and then they have to present in form of a story and a theatrical presentation. So the art aspect of this is there. So they come on the stage with all the props and costumes and everything. And then their technical component that they have built is a part of their story. So it involves each and everything. And the students have to think really deeply to build something. So last year, 2 years back, we introduced an Imagine X program that was specific for the underserved community, and the students from 15 teams from Pakistan participated twice a year, and both of the years our middle school teams won first position at the global competition. So it has been amazing. I've seen that kids do amazing things when they are introduced with STEM education. In our first year, we had a team that participated, and they were middle school team from Citizen Foundation, and they were working on a service learning challenge. They had to, through that challenge, they were able to install traffic signal in their area. So they were 5th grade students. They were able to bring the police and the traffic police on board, and the police was working for them, and they were able to install a traffic signal. And I was amazed to see all of this. So what I've seen that when you give power to the students, when you give them opportunities, they come up with brilliant ideas, and they impress you in wondrous way.
That's so brilliant. Getting the police work for you. Amazing. Coming to, I'll throw this question to both of you, whoever wishes to answer. Coming to girls in particular, when it comes to STEAM education, when it comes to destination imagination, have you seen any barriers to sparking the curiosity in these girls to come towards these things? Is it there? Is it not there? And also, do you see a reluctance sort of coming from schools to include this in their curriculum?
I feel mostly I'm associated with schools that belong to elite areas. So girls do not come from underprivileged places. So I feel girls are given equal opportunity in the area that I belong. But because since I've been in education for a long time, I feel that STEM education in Pakistan is only for the rich people or the elite masses. It is an expensive set of education. Naturally, they need to first train the teachers, then bring in not only technology, other material as well, because children need to develop their skills by having hands-on. A lot of hands-on is required. So a lot of mainstream schools have since the recent past, till the recent past, had not introduced STEAM education. And the ones that are doing, I've been hearing about a few, and I've actually seen a few. They are, as I mentioned earlier, they're just picking up STEAM as a science part is separate and a tech part is separate, engineering part is separate. They're not combining it together. But yes, if I talk about girls coming from under the poverty line, or maybe in the areas where families are not very well off, they would not encourage the girls to go into such fields, because ye to ladkon ki fields hai na, engineering kahan karti hain ladkiyan, and they don't do these things. Building karni hai to thekedar ban jao. That is something that, you know, we have this sort of mindset. Even I faced that when I wanted to be a civil engineer. My cousin said to me ki tum thekedar ban jao, tumhe bajri le dete hain. So why do you want to waste your money and your time on learning thekedari? So that is the sort of and I belong to an educated family, but that is what I face. But I feel that because these sort of disciplines are more labeled as boys karte hain, ladke karte hain, so girls are told not to participate in it, maybe, or it's not for girls, maybe. But mostly I feel in the areas which are underprivileged, they feel that they face these problems more than the people that are well off, maybe, or more educated. That is majority of our population is living below poverty line. So I feel that's a major part of our community.
So it's actually dependent on the surrounding the girls are in. As I talked earlier about the two teams who were able to participate at the ImagineX program, middle-level team, and both of the time these teams were all girls team. They participated in an AI-based program. They were not only from underserved area, they were able to complete the project, not just complete the project, they were able to win first position at the international level. So there are people doing it. They are doing it in there are people who were doing it on a very small scale, but we need to highlight it more. Fariha is right that there is a lot of hindrance when it's come to girls, because if they are coming to a school, that should be more than enough, right? You are giving them education, and that's fine. But they need more than that. They need 21st century skills, and there are people who are working towards that. We do encourage people to come and do all of that stuff. Not just the girls, like, for example, even for Destination Imagination, I have a whole program that run in which I have team managers, adult team managers, I have appraisers, I have challenge master, and I encourage the ladies to come out and work in this field. So we have technical team manager, we have engineering team manager. So different kind of fields different kind of categories are there. And what we do is that we encourage the parents, we encourage the mothers, come and do and work with us, so that we give you this kind of training and you come out of your shell and say, yeah, I can do that. Most of the parents who come to me and who want their children to be a part of this program, but the mothers are reluctant, and they said, would I be able to do this? would I be able to, even if they are educated women, they're afraid to move forward towards it, because this has been put in our minds that, yeah, you cannot work in a technical field. This is a technical challenge or an engineering challenge. So maybe you won't be able to do it because this is a boys thing, as Fariha said. But when we start training these adults, we find that they come out of their shell and they start embracing that, no, we can do that.
Right. So when it comes to destination imagination or all this wonderful work that you're doing, for girls out there who, let's say, the ones who are watching you talk right now, and Fariha, you talking right now, how can they start their STEM journey, their STEAM education journey, being at home, being with limited resources, not being able to participate in these challenges?
So it's, it's really simple. Here's the thing. I personally believe that STEM is the way of living. It's not something that you are like, yeah, it's a buzzword and everybody's talking about it. Everybody's like, yeah, we teach STEM at our school and we do this in STEM education. But the thing is that it is a way of learning. Everything is interconnected. As I was listening to Bela earlier, and she said that she went to all these flooded areas where she saw all these women who are actually working and doing all of that stuff. So science and technology wasn't involved in all of this part. There are a lot of resources available online. You just go online, you search for it. There's a lot of free resources available that you can just download. You don't need a very hi-fi material in it. You just start building. You just need to find your passion and then connect your passion towards to that. So it's not rocket science to do that, because this is a simple way of learning. You just need to combine each and everything. That's it.
Fariha, do you want to add to that?
I do agree with Urooj, but then there is this digital divide thing that you were also discussing earlier in the previous session. I do believe that there is a huge digital divide in Pakistan, especially gender-based. But even then, there are girls who have access. A lot of public schools do have IT labs, and the government is trying to develop at least some sort of an infrastructure. So maybe girls can take use that and utilize that and use the school facilities to search up STEAM content. Plus, I also strongly believe that the government should do something about it as well. The government should start encouraging schools to bring in this curriculum. It should start educating educators, because it is internationally schools that are doing that are incorporating STEAM education into their main curriculum. Their students are way ahead of us because of this reason, and we should also give our students that chance to explore this part of education, because it will add to their learning, and it will teach them so many amazing skills that are needed to survive in the world today. That is what I strongly believe.
Absolutely, absolutely. And until it comes from the central, like from the government, until then we can just do our parts. And I also feel like there's a dire need for educators to come into this, to understand the need, like you said earlier, that they need to understand what STEAM or STEAM education is all about, right? So since we are celebrating Ada Lovelace Day, I would want both of you, either of you, to talk about some success story. Other like Urooj mentioned, that both the teams are all girl teams. That's a big boost, right? So something that makes you do this every single day, and especially for girls. So if there's something that you would like to share.
I think over the years, there have been a lot of experiences where I feel that okay, every day that I get up early in the morning to do this work, there is something that keeps me running, because we also burn out. But there have been times when I have had girls coming from backgrounds where their parents were not very well off, and they got scholarships, and they were managing to come to school somehow, because schools are expensive and the parents were somehow sending them to school. There were a few experiences. The other day I met one of my students who was in a bank, and I was so proud of her, because seeing how she was my O-level student, so I taught her at O-levels, and now that I met her the other day, and I was so pleased to see how well she's doing in life. And then there are other students that I meet, be it boys or girls, that I see that they were coming from certain background where their parents did not encourage them to study much, or they had a business to to continue with, or girls knowing that they'll get married when they turn 18, but they, fighting against all odds, managed to become something, and right now they're professionally sound, or they're working towards a higher degree. So I've had multiple experiences where every day becomes more bearable for me, and it's easier for me to face the challenge that the day hands out to me, because knowing that at the end of the day there are a few students that I do make an iota of a difference in their life.
So as I told you earlier about these two groups of ladies, there were 7 girls who participated in the STEM program. And it was basically a artificial intelligence led challenge. These were the girls who are from Granoma Trust School. And these girls did not know anything about STEM, and artificial intelligence was something they haven't heard of. So they actually did their research about AI, completed the project, submitted the project, and they were able to win, as I told you earlier. Then in the second year, they participated again, and again, they won the competition globally. So it was amazing to see those girls. Then I also have girls who participated in cities in space competition, in which they had to build a colony on Mars. They did their research. There were 3 little girls of 8 to 9 years old, all girls team again. They participated at elementary level. They won first position at that international competition. They were invited at the Humans to Mars Summit. This summit is basically drive towards adults, but they were invited along with another team. They were the all boys teams, by the way. But they were invited and talk about their ideas. So they developed an idea of Mars oxygen machine, and they called it MOM. So they developed this idea that how can human develop oxygen in Mars, and how can we convert carbon dioxide to oxygen with ultrasonic rays and everything. So these are the 3 stories of the girls who were all girls team, who participated in not just participated, won on the international level. And these were the girls who did not knew about all of this STEM program, or all of these things. They did their research, they worked hard, and they won something. So every day I see these kind of girls participating in the competition. They just need a little bit boost, and they just need some kind of a guidance, and that's it. Then they come up with amazing ideas.
SubhanAllah. I'll end on this note that, there is work, despite the differences, despite the digital divide, despite the gender divide in our country. Alhamdulillah, there is work that is happening. Girls are coming up, are stepping up to achieve their potential, bring their dreams to reality. Thank you so much, Fariha and Urooj, for coming today and joining us for this session.